What's going on, everybody? It's DJ Sketch and welcome back to the channel. Today I want to take a look at a lesser talked about game from the GameCube collection of shoot 'em ups. This one, I really don't know why people don't talk about this one more. I know Ikaruga is kind of the star of the show as far as the GameCube is concerned, but this one's also very cool as well. This is Chaos Field, published by Sega and O3 Entertainment back in 2004 and developed by Milestone for the Sega Naomi hardware. This is most of the stuff you would find in the Dreamcast and a lot of the arcade cabinets back in the late 90s to mid 2000s. And this was ported to the Dreamcast and PS2 as well as the GameCube. However, Chaos Field Expanded is the only version to make it stateside to us, because the other two were Japanese exclusives for the Japanese Dreamcast and the PS2. And we got this back in December of 2005, so especially compared to Ikaruga, this came out a couple years later, even though there are a few similarities, but we'll touch on that a little bit more later. And first and foremost, let's get to the story. A warped chaotic dimension, there humankind was exposed to the threat of annihilation through the invasion of the Abo, which is the aliens in this case, or whatever it is that we're fighting. They're bad, so we want to get rid of them. Humankind resisted, and a costly battle ensued with no clear victor. So basically it was just back and forth, nobody won. Condensed version, Cliff's Notes. Over time, the battle spread beyond the Chaos Field to another time and space dimension, the Order Field, which is our dimension, that would be Earth in this case. And in order to put a stop to this multi-dimensional war, 3 pilots have been chosen for an assault mission. So that is the basic crux of where we're at in the story, but question is, which I'm sure you're all concerned about, how does it play? All these stories are cool and all, but how does it play? Well, it plays awesome. Honestly, this was kind of has a bit of liberties that you can kind of see are also in Ikaruga, even though they're not quite done the exact same way. Basically, it's your typical vertical shoot 'em up. You have a sword to swipe away enemy projectiles, except for a few, because some of them you can't swipe away, because that would be too easy. You have a lock-on mechanic, which you can lock on to multiple enemies at once, or multiple sections of an enemy. And also you have your typical blaster that doesn't have any real upgrade per se, but the ultra attack that you have equipped can deal a lot of damage. There are 5 stages total, which are broken down into 3 sections, so roughly about 15 levels-ish is about where you get out of this. And it's basically boss fight the game. There's a separate mode where you can do a little bit more story-based stuff that throws in some ads before each boss fight, but typically the main mode you'll play is mostly just boss fights, and that's actually pretty okay. For what's on offer, you get a very colorful, very stylish looking game, and also the music in this game is also pretty sick. Honestly, like, the club kids will definitely get a kick out of this one. And let's get into this a little bit more. So Chaos Field is not just the name, it's also part of the mechanic. This is the part where it actually gets kind of similar to Ikaruga. Much how you had the polarity system in Ikaruga, where flipping back and forth between 2 different colors would either give you more or less damage with certain enemies. It works the exact same way here, kinda. In this one, you actually flip back and forth between the Order Field, where everything is normal, this is Earth, and once you hit a button, you can flip into the Chaos Field. In the Chaos Field, you can actually output more damage, your weapons are way stronger, and way more flashy, but the enemies also are significantly stronger and will fire more and more shots at you. Honestly, it gets kind of insane on some of these levels with the Chaos Field. In the beginning, it's manageable, and even still, there's actually a lot to keep up with on screen. But once you get past like maybe pretty much from like level 2 through 5, it gets pretty insane, especially in the Chaos Field. But you have more than enough things at your disposal to attempt to deal with all the abo that the game is throwing at you, because this game does definitely get into bullet hell territory. This one, it's right on the street of fucking bullet hell Ave, honestly. Because this one, it does get tough. And it's not an impossible game. I've still yet to get through it. I know you get more credits the longer you play, but I think you have to actually elapse 10 hours to actually get it set to free play. So this is one that's definitely going to keep you going at it over and over and over again. And much like Ikaruga, even though it's difficult, it definitely has that thing about it that makes you want to keep playing. It's also there's multipliers for how long you can actually keep your chains going. Also similar to Ikaruga, but also a lot of other shooters do this as well with the combo system. So honestly, there's a lot to really appreciate with the package that you get here. And also, this game, Chaos Field, is honestly relatively inexpensive as well. Usually to complete copies run maybe $30 tops. And this is honestly a good one to have, especially if you're a shoot 'em up fan or just like really good action games in general. This is one that's definitely worth looking out for, and I cannot say enough good things about it. Is it the best game on the GameCube? Well, no, not really, but it's good, worth a look. So highly recommend it.